back of my mind, thinking thinking twice about what I'm doing.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Andrea.
All right, morning everyone. So the difference that I had this week is Kenny from that last session or last little bit that we spoke last week about claiming my vision. A lot has shifted for me, so I feel a lot more grounded. I think you saw the recent content that I posted as well. Could you see the difference?
Yep. Yep.
Does it seem better? The mask coming off?
100%.
So yes, now I just need to stay in that and feed it because I posted it. I felt great. It was just basically me being more authentic and raw in the content that I created for everyone who didn't see. And then later on in the evening, I think a little bit of the shock and the anxiety was like, oh shit. So I had to just sort of go back to like, no, this is the vision. This is me. This is what we're doing now. So yeah, it's the grounded leader aspect is starting to solidify, basically.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Pleasure. And today will make more sense. Awesome. Teresa.
Yeah, from last week, I think I went to my business partner and told him about the way we approach the customers or potential customers is not working. And yeah, I think we decided to simplify it again and just print paperwork and give it to parents. I explained to him exactly how I felt. So yeah, I think I grew a little bit of confidence there because I always hesitate to do that, stepping on toes maybe. And yeah, this has helped me a lot.
Cool. George.
I had quite a good week. I've picked up 3 very good leads for the AI visibility, but I've changed things around a bit. I was sending out the free snapshots, getting a lot of interest in that, but nobody was signing up for the paid thing. So I'm changing it to, instead of just giving them a link to pay for it, I'm asking them to jump on a call. But in the networking this week, I've got 3 very good leads. Which we're having one-to-ones on, and I've sort of done the reports for them. So I'm just going to, on the call, go over with them how they're being perceived by AI, and then talk it through them, and then make it much easier for them to make a decision on whether to pay for a deeper report or not. And I've arranged to do my first workshop when I spoke last week or the week before about the talk I did on From Mess to Momentum, and I've created the system. So I'm doing a workshop on it, and we're talking about messes and the different ways of setting the goals so that they can achieve them much easier. So I'm doing that on Monday at 3 o'clock. So this is going to be a free one as a tester. So I'm invited. Hope to get about half a dozen on. I think I've got 3 so far. So if anybody here is interested, they can come along. At least they're guaranteed to learn something. But it's mainly just so I can fine tune the presentation and then start charging for it.
Awesome, George. Date?
Yeah, so interestingly, last week, or actually not even part of last week and part of this week, I'm not sure all of you know, I actually am working part-time for a number of reasons, and something happened that there were changes at the workplace, and one of my main things is not to have that employee mindset, and I sort of shifted into employee mindset, and it didn't resonate well with me. And I've managed to, sort of have a good old talk to myself and think. And then I was going through last week's information this morning. I thought, okay, well, I'm doing that. Going back to, the entrepreneur mindset, because it's temporary that I'm working there. And what was interesting yesterday, I actually had a collaboration call with somebody who, in the same industry as me, and we're going to be working together, which is, well, I'm leaving it for the weekend to think about, but I think we are going to, because she speaks my language, which is really great. So that already is going to clear a whole lot of that stuff that I need to do this and this and this. It's going to be sorted because she's done it.
Brilliant.
Just, yeah.
Awesome. Susan, good morning. Just doing a catch up. You're on mute. You're on mute. There we go.
Sorry, I'm late.
No
Thank
problem.
you. So, forgive me, I'm not sure what we are reporting on.
Just to catch up on what's happened since last week.
Okay. Well, good news is everything that I needed to do the setup for the business is done. So
Good.
I am now 100% ready.
All done.
Quite exciting. And I have made a decision on how I'm going to handle the cold calling. There are no networking platforms for credit people. So I have decided that I'm going to be phoning and inviting all of these people through to a networking session that I've decided to do. And I'll do a little bit of a teaching, sort similar to what you do. So I'm sort of copying you. I hope that's okay.
Absolutely.
And then from there, I will tell them what I've got to offer. Then
Nice.
at least when I phone them, I add value. I'm offering them something for free, like you say, George. And they will get to know me and trust me a little bit through the training, the little bit of training and interaction I do. And then I'm going to offer the services that I got.
Brilliant. Well done. Cool. So quite a bit's happened since yesterday.
You have no idea the return on that investment. Well, I suppose you do, but yes.
Awesome. Okay. So let's kick off in this month and we're going to focus on marketing without the mask. This week, we're going to focus in on clarify your message and magnetism. And let me click the right button. So it's not about being louder and noisier. It's about becoming more clearer, more honest, and more recognizable. Clearer, more honest, and recognizable. What does it feel like to you right now? Susan, you see what I mean, how powerful silence is.
Mm.
Who'd like to answer that? What does marketing feel like right now for you right now?
Like a show.
Sure.
Feels like I've got to put on a show.
And putting on a show is often what a lot of people do. Andrea, that's what you were struggling with. You were trying to put on a show.
I was struggling between my brand message and what you need to do on social media. You have to do the hashtags or part-time, like all those boxes you needed to check. And then every time I tried to fit into that box, I was uncomfortable. And then when I went to my side, then I was like, oh, I'm not doing this. So it was unaligned. And now I'm focused on, I don't care about the boxes. I'm going to focus on what I have to say.
100%.
Mm.
So, alignment, line visibility for quiet leaders and values-driven brands. So, we're going to simplify this one. The message. What is the message you're actually trying to get across? Often, we just want to get something across. I need to market. I need to market. get a message out there, but we don't even know what the message should be. Or we have the spur of the moment idea, let's send out this message. Let's do a post. Okay. Jim, I know for you, you don't do the marketing and the social media, but you can still relate it in the way you operate. Okay. Just change the senses and you should be fine. Okay. What channel are we on? What channel should we be on?
Don't understand that one.
So, Jim, the channel you would be on mainly would be LinkedIn or your emails or your group within who you work with, and your referrals. Maybe referrals is your channel. Okay. But what
Okay.
message are you putting to your channel?
Got it.
Okay. Your mindset. Let's simplify the mindset. And the action. This is the part that most people fail on. Yeah. What is it you want people to actually do when they hear your message or see your message? Do you want them just to say, oh, that's nice? Or a thumbs up or a heart or whatever it is? Because what does it mean without an action? So here's the problem. Marketing feels heavy when we think we must perform, show up as more than who you are. Marketing feels heavy when we're trying to impress, win people over. Feels heavy when we feel we must exaggerate, stretch the truth to compete. And it feels heavy when we try to be everywhere. Yet, we keep doing it to ourselves, don't we? So, which one do you feel the most? Which one of those four are you feeling the most? George? Remember, there is no judgment here.
I think I have no trouble performing. I seem to impress people, exaggerate. Well, I try not to exaggerate and be everywhere. I think what I find about marketing, it's a constant testing. You have to keep testing till you find something that's right, and that's the process I'm going through at the moment. And that was one of the biggest things this week. The way I worded what I was doing, I didn't have to ask. People says, "Oh, we'll have to book a one-to-one about that." People were volunteering to have a chat with me about it, just because I tweaked a couple of ways that I presented it. So that's what I mean about testing with marketing. You don't know.
Marketing is always test and measure, no matter what you do.
Yep.
Okay. Teresa, which one makes you feel the heaviest?
I think also being everywhere. We have a social media person doing all those social medias for us, and I think sometimes I feel there's not enough. We're not doing enough. We're not putting out enough, and yeah, then I'm on their case, and then they say, but we don't want to put stuff out if it's unnecessary. People see your post and then they need time to think about it. So I think I'm there where I want everything done now, every day, which is not right.
It's not about being everywhere, Teresa. It's that one. You're trying to impress too many people. All you have to do
Yeah.
is impress the right people. Okay. Susan.
You know, if I just immediately have to answer you, it would be perform. But honestly, it's not true. I feel like I'm performing, but I'm not actually, because I'm showing up as who I am. But sometimes I think to myself, shit, you're coming across as like, who do you actually think you are? If you know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm saying. But when I read my own posts, sometimes I think to myself, are they too strong? So I want to, no, it's not about impressing. I'm thinking, I almost want to water down my messages a little bit, because I think sometimes I can come across as like me, like a bull in a china shop.
It's the message. And the message must be clearer.
I think maybe my messages are so honest that they could cause offense sometimes. I need to, but thank goodness for ChatGPT because she helps me with that. But initially, my messages are very strong.
Awesome. Vedette?
Being everywhere, and although the word impress is like, I don't impress people, first of all, and just being more polished. And it's not about, it is about saying the right things, but it's because living with MS has affected me cognitively. I've got it in here, what I want to say, but what comes out here is like, potluck.
Well, that's a
So,
lot of us, so don't worry about it.
so yeah.
Cool. Jim?
Yeah, I think I'm similar to Teresa, feeling the need to be everywhere. And I think also having been part of a business, the marketing side of the business I was in before always did the other three things. We would say we can do everything, we could impress everybody, we exaggerate some of the stuff. And then I felt the pressure to deal with those things. And that made me feel like I needed to be everywhere and solve uh, everybody's problems and be constantly there for them. Which, yeah, as you say, it turns into trying to impress in the end.
Yep.
But I think since I've started doing my own thing, I think at this stage I still feel the pressure to be everywhere and solve everything is still there, and I can't get away from the idea that I am implying to impress people that I can do what I do.
Okay.
So it's those two. The other two, I never try to exaggerate. I try to understate and rather, provide, pleasant surprises if I've done something beyond what I've offered. And those two, perform and exaggerate, are sort of downplay, but the impress and be everywhere is where I feel the pressure and concern.
Cool. Thanks, Jim. Andrea?
I very much have the same problem as Susan, where I was sometimes too bold or too passionate. I've had people tell me that in my videos, and then I would water it down. So it's almost like impressing but reversal, because I'm trying to be more palatable to fit everyone. So I'm trying to impress the wrong people when I should have just stayed clearer with my message and be like, the right people will understand this. And
Your stuff where you were brutally truthful was your most impressive.
Thank you. Because I was no longer trying to perform.
Okay, because you'll hit the people that need to be hit. Okay, those who don't like it, well, you're not for them anyway. So screw them. I didn't say that.
Yes.
All right, cool. So that's time to reframe. You do not need to have a bigger persona. You need the clearer message. What is better? 10% of 100 or 100% of 0?
Ten 10% of 100.
Yeah, because 100% of 0 still remains 0.
0.
Okay. You don't have to impress anybody. You've got to hit those who. So if you get a 1,000 impressions or likes in your post, and one person responds and is successful, that is a win. That is 100% win. Forget the other 999. They weren't for you, or they weren't ready for you. Okay. Don't stop what you're doing. People make decisions over time. People don't instantly. Not one of you offers something that's instant. Even a debt, if you're offering your product, it's not instant. Okay? They can't pop a tablet and be fixed tomorrow. Teresa, if it's instant, it's probably too late already. They're in panic mode. Okay, that's the reality of what we do. All of you do. So, the right people need to understand. Say it again. The right people need to understand who you help. What shift you create or change you offer. Why your way can be trusted. Who you help, what shift you create or change your offer, or service you offer. Why your way can be trusted. In other words, why should they trust you? Here's a message anchor for you. Now we're going to take some time here. Okay? And you're going to go and work this out. Write on a piece of paper or type on your screen, whatever you do. I help. Who do you help? Move from. What do you offer? What do you solve? To, what is the result? Through, what approach do you use? Why am I asking you to do this? Because now you will write a clear message. Take your time.
This is a repeat of what we did a month ago.
Yep. And those who can remember it, pull it out. Those who still have it, pull it out. You'll see, Jim, it's slightly different because this is the message we get. There we were talking about ourselves when we communicate with people. So it is slightly different. This is your message when you market the site. That one had to be short and quick. This one can have a little bit more detail, as long as it's clear. I'll be right back while you guys work on that. How are we doing?
For me, it's very difficult to move away from that original statement that we made, but I'm trying to turn it more into a the more a visual explanation of what I do.
Interesting.
Perhaps it's more a case of trying to find words that are more the client's perspective, like we were saying back then, or client's language. Maybe I've been still too much in the lingo, and I'm moving more into the client style of understanding what I do. But I'm pretty much fixed on the original statement I had in the first place.
Okay, remind everybody what it was.
So I help building owners transform their inefficient buildings into great spaces and assets through my technical architectural skills and services.
So if you had to try and re-say that now, using this phrase, how would you change it?
Well, I help building owners. I used to, but the last time I was talking of specifically of private because I was trying to avoid incorporating anything that is government or institutional, but it's not necessarily an issue. So anybody who owns a building or owns land or property have some kind of an issue, having an issue such as inefficiency or dilapidation, or it needs to extend or grow their building, grow the space they've got. So I help building owners move from inefficiency to great results or great spaces, or uh, better assets through architectural services, through technical. I do want to keep technical as part of what I do because I don't want people to get the idea that I'm going to create great cantilevered beams and architectural masterpieces. I like to solve specific problems and, get people's assets in order.
Now make that clearer.
I thought that was clear.
Or there was too many or.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. You got to make it clearer and simpler. Okay. I
All right. I will work on that.
help property owners move from inefficiencies on their properties to efficient operating or efficiencies through my technical architectural support. Something like that. So make it clear, because if you're going to go or, the person's forgotten the beginning.
No, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so just work on it a little bit. All right, George.
I help local business owners move from no recommendations online to being recommended by AI tools and Google through my AI visibility system.
Nice. Maybe a bit long, but nice.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's good.
a little way to shorten because you're repeating the same thing twice, but maybe it could be a good thing because it just reaffirms it. Cool. Well done, George. Teresa.
You're probably going to say mine is too long as well. But yeah, I help young athletes to move from athletes that would have never experienced sport abroad to experience and enjoy alternative training to create opportunity for them in sport.
Not bad. Not too long.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, we're gonna get you there. Cool. Andrea.
So I've actually still been working on the exercise from like a month ago. Do you want this current one, or can I read you the one that I was preparing for Anthony today?
So give us your old one and then let's do the current one.
Okay, so or do you want the one from this exercise versus the one that I've perfected?
Give us the one you think you perfected. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll do this one.
Okay. So I'm a self-rescue mentor who helps people who feel stuck realize they're resisting their reality. Once they change their resistance into responsibility, they finally gain the clarity to change it and the self-trust to make aligned decisions.
That one is too long, so I would have gone to sleep.
I thought so.
Yeah. Okay. Your last phrase is powerful.
Yes.
The change from resistance to reality.
Yeah, turning all.
Okay, that's
so
powerful.
Once they turn their resistance into responsibility, I just want to focus on people who feel stuck. You're not stuck, you're resisting reality. But once you turn resistance into responsibility, you gain clarity and self-trust to make aligned decisions.
Okay, that's more powerful than everything else you said.
I guess I think I was just a little bit nervous now, but that's the core ideas there.
And it will never be perfect, so just go with it.
I've with all the AI, I've used 2 different apps now, but I've committed to, since the last 2 days, just test it for the next 30 days in content, see what works. So the Learn Plan apps that you say, it's been playing on in my head. So I was like, you know what? It's not perfect. I like it. Let's roll with it. And the more I've been saying it to people, the more it's starting to go, oh, I like that, but I don't like this. Tweak it. But I'll sit with this for now. So yeah, as you've been saying, just commit to it. And then the more you say it, the more it'll fine tune itself.
So isn't that funny? That's exactly what you do.
Yes.
So stop resisting putting yourself
exactly.
out. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. And this message now.
So then this one, I'm never really good with these exercises, but I said I help people who feel stuck move from procrastination to self-trust through clarity and mindset shifts.
Nice. Well done.
Cool. Yes.
Susan.
I was just saying to myself, I talk to myself, as you can see, Andrea, the second one makes so much more sense because I understand now you help me move from procrastination. Because what does stuck mean? Um, and Jim, I have a question. What is an inefficient building? I'm still not sure what service you offer.
Okay,
I mean, I'm a
thank you.
layman, so okay. So mine. Now you guys can give me some feedback. So I help companies move from cash flow constraints to a healthy cash flow status through clarifying where the cash flow leaks and then establishing solutions and implementing systems to ensure sustainability of the business.
So cut out that middle piece. You made it too long. You started explaining why.
Oh, so through what? How do I do it? Through what? Clarifying where the cash flow leaks. End of story.
Through financial coaching.
Okay, but I do it through financial coaching. I do it through training, and I do it through
So through
consulting.
training, consulting, or coaching.
Okay, got you. Thank you.
Okay. Remember, it's the same as when we're selling a price. Okay. We don't want to go back and start giving them reasons why we priced it there.
Okay,
Okay. It's the same now. What is the result? You've told them a result, and how you're going to do it? Well, it'll be through training, consulting, or coaching. Simple as that.
gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. Adette.
Well, based on my conversation I had yesterday, I help women, and I'm considering should it be over 40, but move from feeling frustrated with their body to having energy and vitality through weekly tweaks.
Perfect. Susan, you look like you just heard an amazing thought.
Oh, I remember when I was 26 and I just had Michelle. I needed somebody like Odette. So don't make it just over 40.
Mm.
All of us need you. Well,
Yeah,
then.
Yeah. Awesome.
thank you.
Interesting exercise, huh? So, maybe I should have given you all of that. Sorry, got my own slides. Okay, so the magnetism. People are drawn to my work because just 2 to 3 words that describe your real value. Clarity, calm, structure, challenge, safety, experience, insight, and momentum. Pick 2 to 3. I know some of you are probably going, but they're all of them. And some are going, maybe one. Andrea, it's not that hard. Look like you're staring at
Kenny,
screen to death. Teresa?
like Kenny, I ask, where would you put a hands on? Because I mean, it's the experience, but we are
Yeah.
hands on with the players.
Structure, safety, experience. Do you bring calm to the situation?
I don't think 40 players in the field is calm.
Okay, isn't that momentum then?
I don't know if we can say momentum.
It is.
What's your insight about momentum?
Okay, so there's a whole team of players. Okay, you're offering them what? Opportunity to go play overseas. So momentum is movement. You're offering them movement. They can come and they'll know Pirate Sports can help us get to where we want to go overseas. It's a momentum.
Okay. Thanks.
You remove the challenge, which brings calm. You have the experience of it, so you have the insight. They're not just going off on a wild goose chase. Okay, so there's a couple. You just got it. Yeah, maybe sometimes it's not always clear enough. There could be, but that's why it's important. Why are people magnetized to you? Why would they be drawn to you? When you start understanding why they're drawn to you, surely you can give a better message to them. So right now, my biggest magnet is clarity. Make things simpler for people. Make them see what they need to see. Makes sense? Okay. I'm not going to make you go and read them all out. Yeah, I want you to choose one thing to do from now until next week. Either go and update your bios on whatever platform you may have. 2, share one simple post based on what we've discussed today. 3, send one clear message. Or lastly, record a 60-second voice note. I'll screenshot it for you. How's that? Where did my screenshot go? Probably my desktop.
I have a question. Is that okay?
You got a question? Of course it's okay.
Yeah. What is the difference between a post and a clear message?
Clear message is direct.
Oh, to people.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do we do with a 60-second voice note? Same thing.
Record it. Yeah.
And then?
Send it to somebody. And then you share it the next week.
Okay, thank you.
But just know if you send it to Kenny, he's only going to listen to it at night if it's a voice note.
You see, some people do learn from me. Okay. So pick one. You don't have to do every. Isn't that easy? Okay. So marketing without the marks starts with one honest sentence. Either clarify your message, use the anchor sentence you wrote today. Trust your real value. Your magnetism words tell the truth. Take one visible action, small and honest, beats big and hollow. Bring evidence next week. Something you published, sent, or said. Even if it's a screenshot. Or you can post it into the WhatsApp group. But don't just say, here's my message. I want to know who you sent it to. I want to know what the reaction was. Okay, send that to the WhatsApp group. And that, ladies and gents, is the end of the show. So, takeaways from today. Would like to start.
Maybe I've got two takeaways. One is I didn't realize that saying inefficient missed the target as much as it does. But I do think that people it comes back to who my target market is or target client is. If they recognize the inefficiency that I'm talking about, they'll know what I mean.
Yep.
So right now, I believe you don't have an issue with your buildings or your space that you're using. But I like to work with a building that doesn't do what its owners wants it to do for them. So it's looking at the space and restructuring it in such a way that it works for them. An example is a guy has bought a property which he wants to turn into a kind of a evening social nightclub type place together with art studios and coffee shops and that kind of environment. And the spaces he's got don't do that for him. He needs to fix that to create the space for the coffee shops and the gazebos and the decks and everything in the space that he's got. So for him right now, it's totally inefficient. He can't sell the property space. He can't rent it out because it doesn't work for him. So I will help him change that space to be a great space for what he wants it to do. So there's the inefficiency aspect of what I do. And that will work with commercial buildings or private buildings or residential buildings or factories, industrial, turning a poorly unusable space into something useful. That's the inefficiency I talk about.
Okay. Now that makes so much more sense. Turning
Yeah,
an
but
unusable space
I've only
into
got one
something.
word to say, and I use the word inefficient.
Please, it wasn't. Uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Susan,
I'm not.
no need to defend yourself. You
No,
are
no. What I'm.
his ideal client, therefore you didn't understand the message, and that is perfect. Okay, if Jim takes it offensively, Susan, then Jim is getting everything we've done over the last 3 months, 4 months has been wrong. Okay,
Okay.
because
But you.
the message is to his audience to understand.
But would I not be part of your audience, Jim? Somebody like me. I mean, I spent R750,000 renovating my house 2 years ago. I could have been your audience if I understood what you did.
Yeah. Okay. No, I take that, and
Just a
I'll
thought.
I'll look at it. Yeah. And the
Maybe
other thing is, the other thing is that we're now sort of entering a space where I'm uncomfortable. So going out and making a statement and putting it out there. Start small and we'll see how it works. So
Being
yeah,
uncomfortable is good because that's where learning takes place.
cool.
Awesome. Susan, let's start with you. Go back to you. Takeaway.
I don't need to perform on my posts. I need to just be myself, Andrea, and I will get the right clients. The people that can't get, well, I suppose, like Jim, the people who don't get it shouldn't be my clients or are offended by it. So what? True to myself.
Nice. As soon as you mentioned Andrea, let's go to Andrea.
So I'll be definitely contacting George for the free masterclass. I'll come fill up space number 4. And so, yeah, to help out. And then my takeaway from today is just to continue cutting the fluff. Continue performing less or going, who's this message for? Will they this? Just go, okay, I've now realized, like you mentioned a while ago, Kenny, I focus on people who feel stuck. And I do have someone to message today, potential, and I'll bring the screenshot or the evidence of how that message went.
Beautiful. I did.
Yeah, it's where you mentioned the message and the channel and the mindset, and I always miss out the action. I would tell them what to do. And George, I also happily support you.
There we go, George. You'll have your session filled up before the end of this call. Well, George, let's go to you then.
I think the biggest takeaway is noticing the difficulty people have in getting their message clear on their message. I mean, I don't know if you know Mike Beeson that's in Circle. I'm always having discussions with him. He said it shouldn't be any more than 7 words. And I'm finding that almost, well, for some of the things I do, you could get it in 7 words, but I find it impossible. But I mean, I've gone through it myself, trying to refine it. But we're listening to everybody. It's fascinating. I mean, let me ask you all a question. Out of all you've heard today and from the people, how many can you remember exactly what everybody does?
Good point.
And that's the difficulty.
Yeah. Thanks, George. Teresa.
So I think my takeaway is, yeah, I'm gonna stop trying to do everything. Let people that we have appointed, like our social media person, to do their job and do it their way correctly.
Nice.
Probably I'm trying to interfere where it's not needed. And that's where this task for the week is going to be very difficult, because if I take this away, then I'm actually going to step on toes, because it's not my intention to do posts. We have a social media guy doing the post, and sending messages currently to parents. I'm just handling parents that are doing payments and stuff. So yeah. So I think this week's is going to be difficult for me.
So remember this, okay? Who fits into the people you need to work with? They are your clients. So your marketing person is a supplier to you. But a message to them, it could be a voice note to them, or it could be a clear, defined message you send them. Okay? Bring clarity. Because when you talk to somebody else, you're marketing something. So when you are giving an instruction of what you would like done, you are marketing. Is it clear? Do they understand what it is you're doing? Because if they don't, their marketing is going to be wrong anyway. Okay. So don't always think that it has to be a social media post or a potential client. everything we do in our lives, we are marketing ourselves. Even if you work in a corporate world, when you walk into the office and the way you walk in and the way you present yourself is you marketing yourself, who you are. And what is the clear message you want people to understand?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Cool. Did I miss anybody? Because I got carried away. No. Good. So go out there this week. Have fun with it. Don't make it feel like it is a burden to carry. Okay? Enjoy it because it is who you are and what you do. Just find out how you should be doing it. Cool. Andrea, can you hang on for 2 minutes? I want to chat to you quickly. Cool. Thanks, everybody. Have a fantastic week. And I'll see you all somewhere in between now and next week.